People of Nigeria, listen carefully. Today we are talking about something very important happening in Yola and its surrounding areas. The headline says, Breaking, Fulani bandits face total collapse in Yola after local pushback. And this is exactly what is unfolding on the ground. Before we go further, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can always get the latest updates. In recent times, some communities around Yola were experiencing serious security challenges. There were attacks on farms, on roads, and sometimes even inside villages. People were afraid. Farmers stayed away from their farms, traders hesitated to open shops early, and families feared leaving their homes after dark. But today, we see a change, and it is very encouraging. The people in these communities decided that fear would not rule their lives any longer. They started communicating, alerting each other, and organizing themselves in a careful, responsible way. Youths volunteered to monitor the area, elders guided the volunteers, and women supported the efforts by providing food and water. This was not reckless action. This was organized, peaceful, and determined community action. And while you're listening, remember to like this video and subscribe so you can follow the story to the end. When the communities began to act, the atmosphere changed immediately. Before, the bandits moved freely, used secret paths, and attacked without warning. But as soon as the people organized, they became alert. They reported suspicious movements to security teams. They formed watch groups that rotated shifts, so someone was always observing. And just their presence started to make a big difference. The bandits who had been terrorizing the villages suddenly found it very difficult to move freely. They could no longer intimidate people easily. The plans were being noticed, reported, and sometimes even prevented before they could happen. The balance of control began shifting. The community regained strength. And let me remind you again, like this video and subscribe if you want more real-time updates. Authorities also noticed the difference. When they saw that people were cooperating responsibly, security teams increased their presence. Vehicles patrolled the roads, officers scanned farms and pathways, and checkpoints were established. This combination of community vigilance and professional security support made it almost impossible for the bandits to operate as they did before. What makes this story remarkable is that it shows the power of unity. When people unite, communicate clearly, and act responsibly, even those who thought they were in control start to lose confidence. This is exactly what is happening in Yola today. People are no longer living under constant fear. Markets are opening, farmers are returning to their farms, and the night feels calmer than it has in months. But we must also be careful. While community action is good, it must remain responsible. People should never take the law into their own hands recklessly. All action must be peaceful, organized, and in coordination with security forces. Mistakes can happen, and innocent people must never be harmed. That is why continued collaboration between the community and security agencies is essential. And once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. The news has already spread to neighboring towns and states. Leaders are praising the Yola communities for their courage and organization. People are asking whether this model can be replicated in other parts of Nigeria. Could communities in other areas stand together, support security forces, and reduce crime in the same way? The answer is yes, but only if it is done responsibly and legally. Even within the communities, stories of bravery are emerging. Young people who once hesitated now patrol their neighborhoods. Elderly leaders guide the volunteers. Families share information and alert each other when they notice unusual movements. This cooperation strengthens trust, and trust is the most powerful tool against fear. Now, let's talk about the impact. When the bandits realized they could no longer move freely, they began losing control. Routes they once used to escape were now dangerous. Plans that used to work suddenly failed. Confidence dropped, and their influence weakened. The people of Yola effectively took back control of their environment. At the same time, Authorities are working to ensure that this calm is not temporary. The presence of security teams, strategic patrols, and checkpoints helps maintain the progress. Local councils are calling for more support and better equipment for the communities to sustain this protection. This combined approach, community vigilance and professional security support, is showing real results. It is also important to remember the human side of this story. Families that were afraid to leave their homes are now venturing out safely. Traders are opening shops. Farmers are returned to their fields. Children are able to go to school with less fear. This change, small as it may seem, is life-changing for thousands of people. The lesson from Yola is clear. Unity, communication, and responsible action can defeat fear. Communities can protect themselves without violence. When people organize and cooperate with security agencies, they regain control over their lives. And while you are following this story, please like this video and subscribe. It supports our efforts to bring real ad-friendly updates to everyone. As we continue, it is important to remember that success depends on sustainability. Communities must maintain communication, continue responsible monitoring, and report all incidents to authorities. Security agencies must provide support, training, and resources. Only then can the progress in Yola be long-lasting and replicated elsewhere.